Hey, what's up? Let's talk about the MINIFREAK.
In this house. In this house. In this house. In this house.
Okay, so I think this is how the videos are going to go. I've allowed myself a certain amount of money to buy these synths, so this video is not sponsored. So I bought the MINIFREAK and just kind of messed with it and decided, you know what, I want to do something weird and a little bit goofy. Let's do a music video. So the music video you just shot was based off of Skinamarink, which is like a low-budget horror movie that just came out, which if you've seen it, hopefully that sort of resembles it. But yeah, let me know. Also, if you haven't checked it out and you like horror, check it out. It's pretty cool. So anyways, I have my buddy Mike with me.
That's me.
He is off camera, but I had him play this synth because he is actually a guitar player. He doesn't really, I mean, he messes with synths for sure, but not like I do. So, right? I mean,
Fair. Fact. This is truth.
And I wanted to get Mike's impressions on the synth because I think what's going on a lot, and actually Mike and I were just talking about this, is there's so much videos and content and blah 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 whatever that's just based off of people that use these things every day, but it's like there's sort of something missing, right? I mean, like
They're confusing.
yeah, like you don't know what these people are talking about.
I don't know what I'm looking at, what I'm hearing.
You know what I'm talking about when I just showed you how to use it, right?
It was mind blowing.
It's been around. We've been jamming with it for like the past 2 months or so. What do you think about it? Just like initial thoughts.
The sounds that thing has are awesome. And the sound effects are also, there's a lot of effects that remind me of guitar pedals.
Like the reverb and delay and stuff.
The reverb, the delay, some of the filters that I really didn't understand what they were doing. I really liked how the display on there gives you a visual of the actual wavelength, how it's actually manipulating it. And that was something that I had never seen done before, and also it made me help me understand something that I didn't know what it was actually affecting. You can hear it, so to put the two together where you can hear it and get a visual of what it's doing I thought that was really cool. Like, yeah. I wish more guitar pedals or something had something like that.
Yeah, he really liked the little display because it was showing him everything. And I think I was like, isn't it cool? You can see it, and you were like, I'm learning. Because you're like twisting knobs and doing stuff, but you don't know, like, you don't actually know what's going on. You're just
I didn't know what was going to happen, and then as you're affecting the knobs and you can see the display and you can hear it while it's happening, I'm learning.
But yeah, I think just to talk about the synth a little bit, I think, yeah, all the sounds are just great. All the presets are amazing. And I've just been going through and tweaking them and saving them as I go. So maybe something needs a little bit more distortion, or maybe I don't like the oscillator they chose. They chose a square wave. I think actually a sine would be better, stuff like that. But it's really great as it just sounds good. And I feel like for the price, like what you're getting is amazing. But what I was telling Mike is I think the best part about this synth, the thing that really makes it stand out in other synths in its price range, is it has a sequencer. And on top of the sequencer, you can put things to a certain scale. So like you can put it to C major or D minor or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can go on and on and on. And then even on top of that, it has this dice feature, roll the dice, which is kind of just like a randomizer of your sequence. So with all these things combined, you can make a whole new sequence, and it's like very easy and it's very intuitive. We were messing with that when we were just playing. What'd you think about it?
That was really cool. It was like a idea generator of like things we would be playing, and you could play something and it would manipulate the sound with that randomizer effect and just get new ideas that you wouldn't have thought of.
You're right.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and on top of it just sounding good and like all these things like playing into each other, it's like, yeah, I feel like I think it's like 500 US, I think, which I feel like is pretty fair for what it is.
That seems like a good deal. Especially like I was thinking of it as like a loop pedal. Like if you had a looper,
oh cool,
and you were trying to do something like that, and maybe it had some kind of a random type effect on it, I don't think you could go in and keep affecting the same original loop like that. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
Right, or like it kind of gets in like blooper territory. Yeah, where it's just like nuts. Yeah, it just gets nutty. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just sounds everywhere.
Yeah, and then we were talking about like, okay, then you finally get it and you're like, okay, this is it. Now this is like the base of a song or whatever. This is like a cool sample or whatever.
Hell yeah.
But
can I cuss on here?
Huh? I don't know, so I'm gonna say no.
Probably not.
Let me get monetized first and then figure it out. Because I don't know. Or there's like certain rules. It's like you can cuss at a certain point or something. Have you seen
a certain part of the video?
Yeah,
like a timeline.
Yeah, like the first like minute or so you can't cuss, and then like beyond that you can't. Or it's something really goofy like that.
Okay, hell yeah. So we're a minute in, depending on how this is edited.
But also just to talk about that really quick, someone actually commented the other day and they're like, oh, I'm really sad you don't make YouTube videos anymore on one of my YouTube videos.
Oh shit.
And I was kind of like, oh man, like that sucks. But it's also cool, it's like a bittersweet kind of thing. But I stopped making videos before the pandemic because I thought I was going to be monetized and I thought I had everything set up, and I didn't. I was off. And what I mean by that is you have to hit certain milestones before you can become monetized. So you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes watched in the past year or so. This might be boring. I might cut this out, but whatever. So I'd hit 1,000 subscribers and I thought it was 1,000 minutes, and I was at 1,000 minutes, but I needed to be at 4,000 minutes. So I was screwed over by that. And it really just killed my motivation. And then a couple months later, the pandemic happened, and I was like, well, I'm going to die anyways, I guess, so I don't need to make YouTube videos anymore.
There's no world left.
Yeah, there's no world left. So this is sort of coming out of all that and being like, you know what? I do want to make videos. I like making videos, but I don't really want to make the same kind of videos that are going on. So hopefully this is something new, and if you liked it, let me know. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but this is probably going to be what it's going to be. So I also wanted to rate the synth and what I think about it, like as a synth in general, and just what I think of its this features it has and everything, and then also my personal rating. So I think actually, like for a synth in the synth world, in the synth realm, I feel like it's like a 9, a 9.5. Like it's so good. Like it's solid. It's polyphonic. So there's a synth before this, the MINIFREAK, and it's kind of the same thing, but it doesn't have real keys and it's smaller. And yeah, I'm like, and it is a lot similar, like Sound Engine, but I feel like this is it. Like you buy one of these, it's like the MicroQuark. Like you're just gonna have it forever, you know. And you're gonna be like, okay, let's whip out the MINIFREAK and let's go. And then I think personally, part of this synth is it comes with a VST that's basically exactly the same thing, but the VST version. So I was like, sweet, I'll buy this with my own money. I'll sell it, keep the VST, you know, and then I'll basically still have it, right? I was
Brilliant.
like, yeah, I was like, cool, this is great. But I actually didn't like the VST as much. It sounds exactly the same, I feel like. Or, you know, I mean, there's like differences, but nothing that you could actually, you know, people
That
say.
you could touch.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
beauty of that.
Yeah.
You get the visuals with the, what is that even called? What am I
The
trying to think
tactile,
of? Tactile.
the feel,
Is it user interface?
yeah.
User
yeah.
interface.
Yeah.
Well, it's just more like intuitive to, like, as someone that has like messed with guitar pedals a whole bunch, it just felt like being at a pedal board for your guitars or what, you know, whatever string instrument you're playing. Like there's like it's just series of effect pedals. It's nice to have that instead, like the digital stuff, like there's actually the connection to it. You actually know, like you're actually manipulating something and it's affecting the sound, rather than sometimes if you just click a button and you see all these drop downs, it's like it kind of loses like what's just wanting to just jam, you know, and just turn something and hear a different sound and get into a groove. And I thought that's cool.
Yeah, I would agree. And I felt like I had that experience messing with the VST. It just wasn't like all the features are still there. Like, don't get me wrong, this VST is incredible, but it just I think the synth is better. So now I'm like, damn, do I keep the synth? The whole point was like sell it and like buy the next thing. But I think for me personally, I would think I'd give it a 9. Like now I think like the MicroQuark, like I think it's just now I have it.
Solid 9 out of
10.
10.
Out of 10.
Okay.
So you being not a synth player, what would you rate it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Part of me wants to say I get a 9 out of 11.
Okay. No, should that be the scale? Okay, we can change the scale to 11. Let's do it. Okay, then so okay, so I'll bump mine up then. I'll go a 10 out of 11.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a solid score.
I feel like it's right there. I think the only thing that's really missing is like there's like some aftertouch things. So that means like when you press
What's
the
aftertouch?
So when you press the keys after you press them, you can still like you're holding like the C chord down, but then you kind of like push it down a little bit more, and you can have it like affect the reverb or like the filter. Yeah, which is like kind of become like a norm, but yeah. And this one doesn't have it, and a lot of people I've seen on forums are like, it'd be really cool if it had aftertouch, which like I agree with, but also like, come on, like.
Well, and can't you almost do that with the attack knob?
Yeah, or even the mod touch things.
Oh, okay.
Remember you were like screwing with that too? Yeah.
What did those two do?
So they do a bunch of stuff. So they have like there's these two guys, right? And then you have the 3 different things they can do. So it has the typical like keyboard mod wheel, so you can do the pitch.
Okay.
And then the mod that they preset.
Full step, bend, up and down.
Right. And you can change all that stuff. And then
half step.
And then there's a macros, so that's just kind of like 2 more mods that you can program. They have all the patches are pre-programmed with stuff. So you can they'll bring the filter up while they bring the distortion up or whatever, like all kinds of craziness. And then the last one is the sequencer and the dice thing that we were messing with. Yes, yeah. But yeah, so I feel like with those, it's kind of like their answer to Aftertouch. Okay, so that was the video. Let me know what you think, and gonna do another one. I already have a synth picked out that I'm gonna do, and hopefully it's up sooner than later. And yeah, thank you. If you like the video, you're gonna like it. You gotta subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Because, yeah, dude, that was also a thing. Like, I had about 1,000 followers when I quit. I'm up to like 2,700 subscribers. And I haven't done I haven't like posted anything.
Damn,
so
nice.
thank you if you
I
subscribe.
got a bunch more views then.
Yeah.
How
But
many
still
minutes you at?
not enough.
Like 3,990.
It's like within the past year, so you gotta. Anyways, thank you for watching.